Hello and a very warm welcome to East Coast Dance Arts 2026. We're streaming live from Bray, County Wicklow in the east part of Ireland, and we're being streamed through the UK, through London, going worldwide. So I want to welcome everybody from wherever you happen to be dialing in, and to say that we're delighted that we're running this festival once again. This is our 9th year. And thank you for the amazing films that have been sent in to us this year. I want to start off by thanking the funders and those who have supported us financially, very important, the Arts Council of Ireland. I want to give thanks to Graham for Europe, to the Martello Group, to South City Dublin Partnership, and to Bray Volunteer Centre. Huge thanks go out to the venues, Mermaid Arts Centre, Dance Ireland, the City of Dublin Fet College in Inchicore, and Courthouse Arts Centre for previous plans from last year and future plans for next year. A big thank you to my team, to Hannah Slattery, Sarah Eva Manson, Curtis Rodney, Christian Daly, Conor McGowan, Sam Byrne, Owen O'Reilly, and Leah Dalton. We have some great visiting artists who will be with us on our live in Mermaid next Wednesday, and I want to thank them. That will be Penny Diamantopoulou from Greece, Raphael Molina from France, Aleth Berenice Heger-Hedloy from Norway and Germany, and Daphne Chaidapoulou from Greece also. And we have many other artists who will be joining us for that next Wednesday. I also want to give a big thanks to dance artists and training dancers from the College of Dance, from Dublin School of Dance and Etiquette, and from Dublin Youth Dance Company, along with our students from Inchicore College, also from the Fet College Inchicore. But also I really particularly want to thank the artists who have created films and submitted them. We're going to see the first of our screenings tonight, or today. It's nighttime in Ireland. And the second screening will be on Sunday afternoon, 2 days from now. Anyway, so I'd like to introduce you to our two panelists tonight. We have, first of all, Linda Higgins, a colleague of mine, I might say, and she trained in the RAD on the Royal Academy of Dance, the 3-year teacher training program, and won the Choreographic Award in her 3rd year of training. She also was training in choreography during that time, those 3 years. She taught in Canada, where she honed her choreographic over at that point. And then she came back to Ireland and did an MA in dance in the University of Limerick. She's been teaching in Dublin Fet College in Inchicore. We know it is Inchicore College since 1998, teaching mainly classical ballet and doing a lot of choreographic work as well. She also has developed quite a back catalogue in creating dance films, which are all available to see on the Inchicore College website under the dance part of the website. Her choreography has been performed on stages in Dublin and around Ireland as well. And she's very welcome here. Hi, say hi, Linda.
Hi, Adrienne. It's absolutely wonderful to be here. I'm really excited about seeing everything tonight. It's so lovely to see dance on film and to actually be able to do it with a panel and to have people sort of virtually around the world watching at the same time. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Thanks, Linda. So that's now I'm going to move on to introduce Elena Dektireva, another former student and colleague from Inchicore College. There's something about Inchicore, it's mapped onto every part of this festival, really. Elena is from Uzbekistan, and she trained there in the State Ballet School and in folk dance and in ballet. And she studied choreography there also. While she was in Uzbekistan, and from the age of 13, she performed with a company called Lik, which translates to face, as in mainly the face in iconography, in the Russian icons to a degree, so a certain iconography of the face. And then she came to Ireland in 2002 and joined Inchicore College. And apart from learning about teaching, she feels that she learned very much about the caring aspect and the passion for dance, which she has then brought into her own school, which is the Dublin School of Dance and Etiquette, which she set up in 2012. She did a master's in the Royal Academy of Dance also, and she has performed in Ireland with a number of contemporary dance companies and is a very notable choreographer in her own right. So welcome, Elena. Lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's absolute pleasure to be here. I'm super excited to see all the videos, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Elena. And then finally, I want you to know that we have our chat is open. It's open for commentary. Anything you want to say, please jump onto the chat. This chat has been moderated by valued and loved team member Sarah Eva Manson. Hi, Sarah.
Hi everyone, and welcome to East Coast Dance Arts 2026. It is a pleasure to have you all here with us from all around the world. I will be in the chat box. I am not AI, I promise. And I will be fielding your thoughts, your comments, and your questions directly to our esteemed panel. So please get in touch and get typing away, and we're here for it. So enjoy.
Thanks so much, Sarah. And if any of the filmmakers are here as well, it'd be great if you could let us know. That'd be wonderful. So I think without further ado, we're going to start with the first section of films, which is doubles.
There's a woman in the corner claiming she is just the former one of me, and I am her just out of context. And this weight that I've been leaning, and the persons I'm deceiving, and the food that I've been eating says I'm processed. And I can lack communication, I can lack coordination inside my awkward occupations like a fortress. Into the ground, she says, well, I'll just figure out if she is me. If I am her, it's just a process. And all the texts that I've avoided, all the persons I've annoyed with, all my flighty conversations out of context. And the car keys I have locked inside the dish ashes I have dropped beside the useless things I've bought for someone's profit. And there's a woman in the corner claiming she is just the former one of me, and I am her just out of context. And then she kissed me on the mouth. She said, well, I'll just figure out if she is me. If I am her, it's just a process. And I'm alone and I'm addicted to my phone. She cuts the cord, she pulls the power. It makes me sit with my baggage, all the haggard things I didn't want to feel. She peels me back like I'm her cabbage. And there's the woman in the corner who makes me pull the fuck over just to stare at purple clover off the highway and see the clover as a gift I almost missed. You know I finally begin to feel
So, any comments from anybody regarding the two films or either one at a time?
I'm going to start with the second one because it's the one that I saw second and I still have a smile on my face from it. It's just unexploded joy for me. I absolutely just love the kind of 1970s sort of throwback vibe in terms of the cinematography of it. But more than that, it's that sort of quirky, angular movement and phrasing that gets repeated in the different areas that just lets your eyes see it and then re-see it, and you're carried on the wave of the music and that sort of rhythm that it's beautiful. Loved it.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel exactly same actually. this video gave me unexplained joy and happiness, and if you wish, hope. And is this the feminine side of it? And to me, it's like multiple layers of woman and the ability of letting it go. And the song Every Woman comes to mind. It's just how we so different, and how it's okay to be you, and how it's okay to be you, different you every day. There's so much to us, and to embrace it all and be happy with that and actually enjoy it. Do we ever do that? I don't know. This is just, yes, it just gives you this atmosphere of warmth. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful video.
It's very interesting too that these two films, they're both quite short and they both have two dance. Well, actually, the second one has many more dances at the end, but it's built around this kind of idea of the duality of two dancers. The first piece for me was very much exploring the sense of the space and not the props exactly, but the architecture of where these two dancers were, and the tempo and the tone of it was much less sort of projecting. It was much more internalized, I felt. So I think it was kind of interesting to see these two films in comparison to each other. And often that happens with the films that come in. They can often group together in very loose categories. I mean, these are very, very loose. They don't have to be taken too seriously at all. But something about the quiet, more somber tone of the first piece, more internalized, and the more playful and outward tone of the second film, I think, is sort of interesting in its own way.
Yeah, and I love the juxtaposition in the first one of those sort of angular, sort of concrete structures set against sort of the scenes of natures, and then the sort of the human body sort of leaning into the angularity, but also the softness in the body. That sort of juxtaposition, it was really lovely, and it's kind of like we went from calm into sort of joy, and it would have been interesting nearly to sort of watch the two pieces again in the reverse order, because it would have a different impact on how you're feeling. But that sort of sense of space and width that you saw in the first piece was really, it was beautiful to see that expanse.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, I feel the same, and I like the contrast of between two. They're completely different, and both very wonderful videos and compositions. What I like about the first is the minimalism of it, and carefully chosen movements and choreography. There was nothing extra, and everything had meaning. Every gesture and every move had meaning. But also that gives me an imagery of two parallel lines. The piece called Unfinished, I think, and two parallel lines, they're meant to meet somewhere in infinity. At least that's what they say. And sometimes I wonder, if they do meet, would it be a good time? If in life we do achieve our goals, is it always in a good time? Or is it sometimes we achieve it, but it is no longer needed? It's just a
very
kind of
interesting.
sense of unfinished, but it will be finished one day. But will we need that to be
amazing.
finished?
Yeah.
Or will it, is the question.
Yeah, we want it now, not then.
It's very interesting that these films can provoke these kinds of questions and philosophical sort of, just it can go deeply into the mind also. It's this one of the amazing things I think about the screen dance films, is that they're so deeply layered and so provocative and so revealing. But let us move on to our next category of films, and then we'll come back to discuss. Thank you.
If it's all in my head, can you please tell me? Because that's where you live. That's where you are every night, more than the real world. And time is slipping away from me. I'm beginning to experience more without you than with you. Time is slipping away from me. What is simpler than taking what you want? Having what would make you happy. Time is slipping away. I don't want to shower because it will wash away your touch on my skin. I don't want to wash away your touch. Scratch me and etch into my memories. I don't want to wash away your touch on my skin. It sticks like tar. Sticky and heavy. That's what I want. I want to slow down so you can't leave. Sticky and heavy. Together it feels simple and smooth, slides in and out between our lives, so that I can be with you now. It's only when we leave that everyone looks, and it's not as easy as in my head. I'll tie myself up. I can't. And hang myself up for you. I can't. I can't. I'll hurt later so that I can be with you now. I can't. I know there'll be a moment when you turn and see something else and the string gets cut. Smooth. Slides in and out between us. But right now, I'll tie myself up and hold myself down and hang myself up for you. It's not as easy as in my mind. It's not as easy. I'll hurt later so that I can be with you now. If this is a common feeling for you. If this is a common feeling for you, then I don't envy you and the weight your heart must carry. Just to laugh and drink coffee with you, to drive and sing to music, to sleep next to you and watch TV beside you, sharing our clothes and wearing each other's perfume, to sit in your car at night and watch the water, to shower and brush our teeth together, to dance and read and solve puzzles like we share the same thoughts. That's enough for me, but I'll want it forever. I'm so selfish when it comes to your love. I want you so much. I'm so selfish. It's the type of want and need and obsession they write novels about. What am I meant to think? When we look at each other like this, what am I meant to think? I'm so selfish. someone smelt like you today. On the train, on my way to work. They walked by me, and now I can't stop thinking about our future. I'm so selfish when it comes to your love. Smoking cigarettes and eating chicken in your car. If we harm ourselves like this, together, no one else can, right?
Embrace them instead, feigning indifference, disguising regrets, and those yet to come. The door's closed, she slipped away, my heart froze against your dream another day. The door's closed, she slipped away. Doors closed, she slipped away, my heart froze, but gets to dream another day. The door's closed, she slipped away, my heart froze, but gets to dream another day.
There's a bluebird in my heart that wants to get out, but I'm too tough for him. I say stay in there. I'm not going to let anybody see you. There's a bluebird in my heart that wants to get out, but I pour whiskey on him and inhale cigarette smoke. And the whores and the bartenders and the grocery clerks never know that he's in there. There's a bluebird in my heart that wants to get out, but I'm too tough for him. I say stay down. Do you want to mess me up? Do you want to screw up the works? Do you want to blow my book sales in Europe? There's a bluebird in my heart that wants to get out, but I'm too clever. I only let him out at night sometimes when everybody's asleep. I say, I know you're there, so don't be sad. Then I put him back, but he's singing a little in there. I haven't quite let him die. And we sleep together like that, with our secret pact. And it's nice enough to make a man weep. But I don't weep. Do you?
D'abord, il n'y a rien. Ensuite, il y a un rien profond, puis une profondeur bleue. N'arrivant plus à être seul, prenant un chemin tracé, sans abîme, sans vertige. Pour ne pas sombrer, continuez à imaginer ce bleu. Il le faut. Ce bleu sera notre arme. Sensible, ce qui existe au-delà de notre être, qui pourtant nous appartient toujours. Sentir l'âme sans l'expliquer, le cœur bat sans qu'on y pense. On respire sans s'en rendre compte. C'est ici que l'univers réel se cache. Ce que je vois au premier abord doit être ce que je crois pouvoir imaginer. Une présence, pas un visage ni un paysage. Constamment face à face, seul à seul avec nos états personnels. C'est vouloir qui sait imaginer. La lumière intérieure est toute couleur. Cette lumière globale enrobe tout. Peu à peu, dissout les objets, fait perdre au contour leurs lignes précises, efface, crée le vide. Qu'est-ce que l'on voit vraiment quand on ferme les yeux? Les doigts appuyés sur les paupières, seulement la couleur intense, de grandes flammes dans la tête. C'est en nous depuis toujours. vaincre le silence, le dépecer, prendre sa peau, s'envêtir pour ne plus jamais avoir froid. C'est ce silence qui donne la possibilité d'être heureux. Ne serait-ce qu'un seul instant. Tout cela est fugitif. Chercher l'empreinte, garder le souvenir, faire une marque pour chacun de ces moments, préserver la trace de l'immédiat. Un léger bruit d'une feuille morte, une pierre qui tombe, être nous aussi, partout, ailleurs, en constante manifestation. Sur la vie elle-même n'existe. Les marques des corps disparaissent vite. Et tout devient monochrome.
Εδώ κι εσείς, κύριε Φίλιππε.
Εδώ, κύριε Νέστορ. Μάταια.
Πώς είπατε?
Λέω. Ματαιώτης παρόλα αυτά.
Είδατε.
Λάσπη. Χούς ισχούν, κύριε Νέστορα.
Τίποτα δεν μας σώζει.
Όλα έρχονται και παρέρχονται.
Και? Την είδαμε, ορίστε. Και?
Τη βλέπεις, δεν τη βλέπεις. Αλλάζει τίποτα.
Είδες να αλλάζει. Με εγώ τουλάχιστον.
Δεν μπορώ να καταλάβω τότε γιατί δίνουν τόση σημασία.
Έλατε. Περιοδικά, εφημερίδες. Πού πάμε?
Παραέγινε, δεν παραέγινε.
Ούτε συζήτηση.
Θα είναι, λέτε, 18.
Ποιος?
Το κορίτσι. Η ηλικία της.
Από ό,τι βλέπω, είναι δεν είναι.
Κοίτα, φίλε μου, τώρα διαστροφή. Κοίτα. Μια φωτογραφία δεν είναι?
Σκέτο χαρτί.
Άψυχη δεν είναι?
Χαρτί σας λέω. Και φτελές μάλιστα.
Κι όμως, αγαπητέ μου, κάθονται απαξάπαντες και τη χαζεύουν λες και είναι...
Μυστήριο.
Ανεξήγητο. Καλά, η μάνα της.
Ορφανή. Θα την άφηνε ποτέ η μάνα της?
Όλα να τα βγάζει έξω. Ήθελα λοιπόν να την έβλεπα.
Ορίστε.
Να της μιλήσω, θέλω να πω. Να τη ρωτήσω, γιατί, παιδί μου, όλα τα μυστικά της φύσεως εκείνη θέα? Προς τι?
Πληρώνεται, δεν εξηγείται.
Το χρήμα λοιπόν. Τι κάνει το χρήμα?
Και είναι στάση τώρα αυτή, είναι?
Ένιγμα. Σωστό ένιγμα. Ποια γυναίκα τώρα, σε φυσιολογική βέβαια κατάσταση, θα κρατούσε αυτή τη στάση?
Καμιά.
Η πραγματικότητα απέχει, δεν απέχει?
Απέχει.
Στη ζωή θέλω να πω τέτοια πράγματα, τέτοιες στάσεις τέλος πάντων συμβαίνουν.
Αυτό ακριβώς σκεφτόμουν.
Είναι και θέμα περιβάλλοντος ίσως. Πού ζεις, κύκλου.
Σε ποια τάξη ανήκεις?
Αυτό.
Δεν μου λέτε, κύριε Φίλιππε.
Ορίστε.
Η δική σας, η γυναίκα σας, την είδατε ποτέ έτσι σε αυτό το... Όχι δηλαδή ότι... Αλλά να σκάω από περιέργεια.
Ποτέ. Όλα γίνονται κανονικά.
Κανονικότατα,
Mm-hmm.
Περίεργη στάση όμως,
Ενιγματική, δεν σας είπα.
Αυτή τώρα δηλαδή, για να καταλάβω, τι μας δείχνει, μου λέτε?
Προφανώς υποτίθεται ότι απέναντί της είναι κάποιος που κοιτάζει και εκστασιάζεται.
Εκστασιάζεται. Μπράβο. Τι να σας πω. Θαυμάζω το θράσος τους.
Εσείς, κύριε Νέστορα?
Τι?
Η σύζυγός σας. Κανονικά κι εσείς, θέλω να πω.
Πάντα. Ούτε κατά διάνοια να...
Περίεργο. Δεν τους περνά από το μυαλό στις δικές μας, ενώ δεν βλέπουν έτσι ένα πείραμα.
Έλατε.
Πάντως νομίζω πως όλα αυτά προβληματίζουν πολύ τον καθώς πρέπει κόσμο.
Και βέβαια. Τον βγάζουν από τα νερά του.
Εγώ...
Ναι.
Για να είμαι ειλικρινής, όταν προχθές ξαναείδα κάτι ανάλογο, είπα στην Ιουλία για δοκιμή να προσπαθήσουμε και κάτι άλλο. Καταλαβαίνεις?
Λοιπόν?
Τίποτα. Άχαρα πράγματα. Μέχρι που στραμπούληξε το πόδι.
Άλλη γενιά φαίνεται, Γυμνασμένη.
Βγήκα στο μπαλκόνι και κάπνιζα όλη νύχτα. Άσε το διάλογο, λέω.
Κι εγώ.
Στο μπαλκόνι.
Την έστειλα στο διάολο.
Χάσαμε τη ζωή μας.
Σου λέω την έστειλα στο διάολο. Ή κάνε κάτι, της λέω, ή...
Εδώ που κάθεται. Εδώ. Ξύπνα, κυρία μου. Όσο είναι καιρός. Ξύπνα. Της λέω προχθές. Μου κουρδίζει το ρολόι. Κάνει την προσευχή της. Βάζει το χοντρό νυχτικό της. Μου ξαπλώνει σαν ψάρι. Με ρωτάει αν πλήρωσα το φως. Να μην ξεχάσω να της αφήσω λεφτά. Ξύπνα, κυρία μου. Τι θέλεις, με ρωτάει. Αυτό θέλω. Δράση θέλω. Μυστήριο θέλω. Το άλλο σου νυχτικό. Το άλλο σου άρωμα. Άνοιξα το περιοδικό και της έδειξα τη φωτογραφία. Αυτό θέλω. Μπορείς?
Εκεί στραμπούληξε το πόδι.
Εκεί, στην προσπάθεια.
Πάντως, μας βγάζουν από τα νερά μας. Πιο ήσυχοι δεν ήμασταν πριν, που δεν ξέραμε.
Τι κάνει το κράτος? Γιατί δεν τα απαγορεύει?
Εφόσον τα επιτρέπει, να μας βρει και τον τρόπο να...
Τι θα κάνουμε εμείς δηλαδή?
Χάθηκε για πάντα ευτυχία μου, το ξέρεις?
Πέταξε και εμένα.
Από τότε δεν μπορώ να χαρώ τίποτα. Τι κάνουμε τώρα, της λέω. Ζούμε ή δεν ζούμε?
Πρώτα, που δεν ξέραμε, βολευόμασταν. Σου έφτανε και το φυσιολογικό της Ιουλίας.
Και όταν μάλιστα ξέρεις ότι υπάρχουν άνθρωποι που τα απολαμβάνουν.
Μη το συζητάς, κύριε Νέστορα. Μη το συζητάς.
Τρελαίνεσαι.
Παραφρονείς.
Δεν το χαίρομαι πια. Κατάλαβες?
Σκέτη αγκαρία, σου λέω.
Βέβαια, είναι μάταια όλα, όπως είπατε.
Μάταια, ούτε λόγος.
Και έτσι κι αλλιώς τελειώνει. Δεν τελειώνει?
Ποιο?
Η ζωή.
Τελειώνει.
Να στείλουμε μια διαμαρτυρία. Τι τα θέλουμε τα καινούργια δαιμόνια?
Ούτε κι εμείς, αλλά ούτε κι αυτοί. Τι είναι οι άλλοι δηλαδή?
Και στο κάτω-κάτω, θέμα καθαρά οικονομικό είναι. Όταν πληρώνεις, το βρίσκεις.
Καλύτερα έτσι. Δεν είναι? Εδώ που τα λέμε, και αξιοπρεπές να βάλεις τώρα τη γυναίκα σου να σου λύνει τέτοια ενίγματα. Με τέτοιο τρόπο. Είναι η κυρία σου. Η μητέρα των παιδιών σου. Πώς να το κάνουμε?
Απαράδεκτον. Άλλο το σπίτι σου και άλλο το...
Και αν σκεφτούμε και τη ματαιότητα, όπως είπαμε,
την άλλη ζωή,
τουλάχιστον στο σπίτι να διατηρηθεί κάποια θρησκευτικότητα.
Γι' αυτό σας λέω.
Ποιο?
Να, σε κάτι ανάλογες συζητήσεις μου έδωσαν εντελώς εμπιστευτικά κάτι διευθύνσεις που καταλαβαίνετε.
Καταλαβαίνω.
Πάρτε με τηλέφωνο αν θέλετε, να σας τις δώσω, αν ποτέ το αποφασίσετε.
Βεβαίως, κύριε Νέστορα.
Ένας κάποιος συνδυασμός δεν θα έβλαπτε?
Το ότι χρειάζεται μια εκτόνωση χρειάζεται.
Με τέτοια άγχη ούτε λόγος.
Αν τηρεί βέβαια κανείς και τα προσχήματα.
Κυρίως τα προσχήματα.
Και αν έχεις και το ανάλογο πορτοφόλι.
Κυρίως.
Sarah, you have some questions in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. We have some live questions coming in. Martha has said, did you notice any particular themes emerge in this year's films?
I would say that two things I noticed this year. One was the section we've just looked at, which I just loosely called language, although ancestral shadows didn't have language in it, but it was quite narrative. No, it was just the preponderance of the films that actually had some kind of text in them. So that's one thing I noticed. The other thing I noticed was we have a section coming up a little bit later, which is what I call dance, because they're very, very rooted in choreography and dance, that particular section that we'll see a little bit later. I noticed that because frequently with other years, there have been maybe one or two that I might call, as a choreographer as well, you know, I'm really aware of the dance, the dancing, the dancer and the choreography. Whereas in certain other kinds of films, you will see other types of movement that aren't as rooted in choreography as trained dancers' choreography. So there are two things I noticed. Other than that, I didn't. Did you guys notice anything, Elena or Linda? I know it's your first time on with us, so it's not an exam question.
No, I mean, I like the way that you've kind of grouped them in these like sort of little bubbles, because I think it keeps sort of a small thread of a pattern, but it doesn't bind you to it.
Yeah.
You know, the way like sometimes it's like, say, like a writing competition, they'll give you a theme.
Yeah.
And so you can sometimes get sort of almost too pulled into that. So I personally didn't see any huge overarching theme going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Quite diverse and all very interesting so far. Yeah.
I mean, also in the next section that we're going to be looking at, I will talk about that when we get to it, but we are aware that we are living in a very particular time now globally and with the geopolitical situation. So I think in some ways that finds its way often into works, although some of these pieces may have been created a year or two ago anyway, because the filmmaking process takes such a long time. So
but you kind of bring your own eye, like
yes.
it's where you are in time.
Yeah.
That informs what you're actually looking at quite often.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And will we look at you had another question, I think, Sarah?
Yes, thank you so much for that. Yes, absolutely. Vicky has mentioned in relation to a dance at the bus stop that it's very Crystal Pite and loves the concept. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, I'd be delighted to. And maybe so as we're going to start to look at all those films, might start with that one. Well, Crystal Pite is one of the choreographers around at the moment who is really has a huge global audience, and she works with many of the companies, the ballet companies and dance companies all around the world. She's Canadian, but I can see why Vicky would say that. Crystal Pite seems to work a lot with this kind of very clean gestural language, but very sort of with a lot of swift change from one movement to another. But what the other thing she's noted for, which is her way of moving groups of dancers around the stage in an absolutely very, very specific and wonderful way. Highly, highly trained dancers. It wouldn't be possible to do her work unless you had been very highly trained. So I can see where she's coming from, and she also has quite a lot of male dancers in her work, and I can really see that. Thanks, Vicky, for that great comment. But maybe we'll just start with that. I'll just say my contribution for that last one. We looked at a dance at the bus stop. Sorry, I was calling it something else. I just love the fact that I could really sense that each phrase of speech was articulated by a part of the body moving. I found it very compelling in terms of dance's language. Yeah, that's my comment on that.
I want to make a comment actually about that one and the previous one, because I think as an Irish person who doesn't have a second language, I really sort of feel the lack of that. And so when you're sort of seeing the subtitles coming up, so the first time seeing it, you're watching the subtitles, so sometimes I miss the dance. You got to go back and watch it again to sort of to flip it and see it. And sort of the poetry and the music of the words in a different language that I don't understand was really, it was kind of intriguing when I let go of my sort of sense of needing to follow the script, if that makes sense. And what I really found interesting, particularly in that last one, was kind of the way that the movement was choreographed into the speech patterns. And I actually didn't, whatever was in sort of in terms of the actual text on the screen, I didn't actually need to know about it. It was like kids you know, where you're pre-speech, and so they're doing that kind of babbling thing, and it makes total sense to them. That's kind of what I was seeing when I was watching it. It was just, I
Yeah.
loved the humor of that piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also loved the containment of this shelter, the bus shelter, in comparison to, which we'll talk about in a moment, the ancestral shadows in this massive big period house. Elena, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I feel quite similar actually to all of you, but also I noticed the camera work when I was zooming out from the conversation, then the conversation itself wasn't as significant and the people were so small, and in comparison to the landscape that was above it and around it, it was really you know, contained and non-significant. And then we were zooming in, suddenly the whole world is so important and every word became something so special. So the camera made it, the contrast of it made it so different to understand the piece and
Yeah.
to how you treat it.
Yeah, very good.
The
Yeah,
significance
great.
of it.
Indeed. And in the interest of time, I'm going to move on a little bit. I would love to spend a bit more time on that, but let's have a look at some of the other pieces in that section. So we started with Out of Phase, which was the one that began in the London Underground or Tube, and then moved into that sort of surreal, well, it was in a building or outside a building. Yeah, any thoughts on that, responses to that?
Two things were coming to me around that, and it only clicked in for me towards the end of it actually, and it was that sort of you know, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. And again, when I lived at London, it was that sort of thing, you know, you're in a city surrounded by millions of people, and you know, you're on the tube, and anything could happen with any person on that tube. And it was kind of that sort of, anything could happen with anybody that you meet in life. Like that there's potential for so many parallel lives that we have. And that was what was coming through for me with that. But again, it was what's kind of striking me the whole way through this, and I haven't sort of mentioned it yet, is the camera work. There's so many, like, just, I'm not being, it's not, how would I say this? It's not camera work for the sake of being camera work. Everything is chosen so carefully and so particularly that it actually is enhancing what you're seeing without me being consciously aware of it. And I was really, that struck me in that piece especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do hear what you say as well about the camera work and how it brought that intimacy and how you almost, you know, feel it on you. And then so you're so involved. This phrase, talking about the language, um, this phrase really struck me. I'll hurt later so that I can be with you now. So the highlight on now. And if you have a capture here and now, I think they've done it quite successfully. It was definitely here and now. There's two people together. There was no rush. There was no what we're doing later. Because I think now, modern society, we're always trying to figure out what we do next 5 minutes. And then it's hardly ever we spend time in now. But again, camera worked that way that we could sense that now with in between this duet. I just felt it's really beautiful that way.
I loved the juxtaposition between the, you know, as you said, Linda, the strangers on the underground, that anything can happen, and the sort of you know, the way people will look at each other and then not look, and it was that complete contrast then to the absolute intimacy of the next part of the film. And I really loved the fact that the taller dancer had this quite space-like sort of costume and makeup. It felt really, really fantastical and magical in some ways. And I also was captivated by some of the language. I don't know if the exact words, but something like, I'm selfish when it comes to your love. I found that, I love the rawness of these statements. And as you said, you know, I will hurt, if we hurt each other, no one else can, or something. There was something incredibly intimate and personal and passionate in a way I hadn't quite seen on films before. I found it very compelling love I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but it was very, very, very beautiful. Loved it. Yeah, and some great post-production effects too, with the kind of the multiple figures disappearing into the kind of the trees. But again, I'm going to move on. I'm sorry, I'm aware that we could talk forever on these things. Bluebird. Well, I'll just jump in by saying this is a favorite of mine. It's 1 minute and 20 seconds. It's what we call a scratch film, meaning it's a first tryout making a film. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the beat poets of the 60s, and I just love it. I can't even say why. It just touches me deeply. I love it. Yeah.
I was a bit confused by it, I have to say. Like it was so short. And again, it was that sort of 1960s, 1970s. I'm not quite sure
70s maybe
70s.
actually.
Yeah. And I found that the dancer the most compelling part of it, but I kind of nearly missed the choreography, if that makes any kind of sense.
Yeah.
I was following him. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that is actually the choreography embodied in the dancer. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I felt it's quite complex. And all the historical signs and signifiers were telling us something. There was definitely lots of hidden messages at the background. And to me, again, maybe I'm putting my own story on what I've seen, but I just felt that how we're being brought up, behave, comply, what expected from you. And all of that is stripping you out from your own identity of, who you really to be. And once we're born, we start getting all these messages. No, sit up straight, be a ballerina, head up. So what's left? What's real? What's the authentic me that's left? I just felt he's actually questioning that in his beautiful video there.
Yeah. And what about if we can have a look at, it was a lovely long film, Ancestral Shadows, and we'll have a look at Sensible as well. We had some conversation in the background. We have our own green room going on here, so we were all quite interested in this film.
It was, the Ancestral, like it was nearly epic, like the epic scale of the building. The dancers, we were actually commenting a lot on the sort of the fact that we were actually seeing technical steps within the actual in the different rooms, but I wasn't sort of seeing steps all the time. Like I'm not quite sure how to say this. Because the rooms were all so empty, but you were seeing this kind of choreographed movement within the rooms, it kind of nearly created furniture of the rooms, if that makes sense. So the rooms kind of had they started to get a fullness to them that was really, really quite intriguing. And then again, the different characters of I was sort of kind of going, gosh, is it sort of a no, sort of no, is it kabuki? I'm not quite sure exactly what that character was. But it kind of brought you into the story of, I guess we went into ghosts, didn't we? We kind of went into a big spiral of this as we were watching it.
Yeah. The synthesis of it, the whole piece was so informed by so many arts, genders, and you had Gothic building and you had beautiful dancers, choreography, stunning, and costumes. And I really like the shadows at the background. They were also one of the characters, actually. It's some kind of cobweb history coming back and playing with the present and going forward and back with that. So many dimensions of existence, everything was there. It's beautiful. It was a beautiful bouquet of so many oh gosh, the information was coming from everywhere.
And isn't it funny how sometimes like buildings hold memories, and and sort of when you sort of think back into the space that we're currently sitting in right now, in 50 years time somebody else is going to be sitting in this space, but it's kind of like does the ghost traces of you sort of stay in those spaces or not, for good or for bad? And I just had a real sort of sense of that as they were going through the different rooms. And what was that? God, who wrote The Dead? James Joyce? Is it James Joyce? No, it's not James Joyce.
Yes.
Who wrote The Dead? Is it James Joyce?
Yes.
There's a scene in that, again, just like, that's what I love about sort of dance films, is when like little images of sort of random things sort of come into your head. And there's the ballroom scene in the Dead where they're dancing, and it was just, that sort of hit me at a different point in that as well. And it's really lovely.
Very epic piece. And what about sensible or sensible? But I'm using the French pronunciation.
Yeah.
I
No,
felt
go ahead, Elena.
was quite different to the previous videos that we watched before, in a sense that, sometimes when you're trying to understand the video or a piece of choreography, sometimes you engage mentally and then you have this analogy, oh, this is happening. It's just like we did with the previous video.
Yeah.
And you have a story, and you can praise it for so many things. Whereas some pieces, you just understand them on some kind of meditative level. You feel them, you sense them, you enjoy them, but you don't have the explanation to any of it. And I feel that this piece was exactly it. And there was lots of blue colors in it. And to me, blue color represents wisdom, tranquility, peace, calm. So I felt all of that without trying to put sentence or what I'm actually watching, if that makes sense. So it's a different, also very good, but a very different video.
Yeah.
And it's again, because the subtitles can sometimes throw me, but when you're having sort of that French language coming in and sort of the poetry of that, and it kind of, for me, the blue was kind of oceanic, and sort of the shapes of the movement kind of had sort of the infinity of water and the infinity of space going on. And it was just, sometimes it's just beautiful to watch people move beautifully, and yeah, like it doesn't always have to mean sort of something, it's sometimes just, it's how it actually makes you move when you're watching them.
Yeah, I feel the same about that film. I loved it. And the same sort of reaction as you have both had. I'm going to move on to the next section, which is Arts in Times of Crisis. Arts in Times of Crisis is a heading, or a kind of a topic that has come up for years now in this festival. And it came about when the unfortunate Ukraine war happened. But of course, there are plenty of other wars we could reference. And of course, at the present time, we're in another kind of a crisis. But as a result of that, there are certain films that come in from places. For example, we're going to see a film that was partly filmed in Iran and partly in London. And the other one, the second one, is from an artist in Ukraine. So we will just have a look at those two films and come back and have a conversation.
من گرفت یه چند لحظه وایسی به نظرم دستورشو باحالن
By the way, I know. Oh, my.
Raçi. Eşkonla raçi. Beri. بس یکی میگیرتش
dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für die
Todesfuge. Schwarze Milch der Frühe, wir trinken sie abends, wir trinken sie mittags und morgens, wir trinken sie nachts, wir trinken und trinken. Wir schaufeln ein Grab in den Lüften, da liegt man nicht eng. Ein Mann wohnt im Haus, der spielt mit den Schlangen, der schreibt, wenn es dunkelt, nach Deutschland, dein goldenes Haar, Margarete. Er schreibt es und tritt vor das Haus, und es blitzen die Sterne, er pfeift ein Grab in der Erde. Er befiehlt uns, spielt auf nun zum Tanz. Schwarze Milch der Frühe, wir trinken dich nachts, wir trinken dich morgens und mittags, wir trinken dich abends, wir trinken und trinken. Ein Mann wohnt im Haus, der spielt mit den Schlangen, der schreibt, wenn es dunkelt, nach Deutschland, dein goldenes Haar, Margarete, dein aschenes Haar, Sulamit. Wir schaufeln ein Grab in den Lüften, da liegt man nicht eng. Er ruft, stecht tiefer ins Erdreich, ihr einen, ihr anderen spielt weiter zum Tanz auf. Er greift nach dem Eisen im Gurt, er schwingt, seine Augen sind blau. Stecht tiefer die Spaten, ihr einen, ihr anderen spielt weiter zum Tanz auf. Schwarze Milch der Frühe, wir trinken dich nachts, wir trinken dich mittags und morgens, wir trinken dich abends, wir trinken und trinken. Ein Mann wohnt im Haus, dein goldenes Haar, Margarete, dein aschenes Haar, Sulamite, er spielt mit den Schlangen. Er ruft, spielt süßer den Tod, der Tod ist ein Meister aus Deutschland. Er ruft, streicht dunkler die Geigen, dann steigt ihr als Rauch in die Luft. Dann habt ihr ein Grab in den Wolken, da liegt man nicht eng. Schwarze Milch der Frühe, wir trinken dich nachts, wir trinken dich mittags, der Tod ist ein Meister aus Deutschland. Wir trinken dich abends und morgens, wir trinken und trinken. Der Tod ist ein Meister aus Deutschland, sein Auge ist blau. Er trifft dich mit bleierner Kugel, er trifft dich genau. Ein Mann wohnt im Haus, dein goldenes Haar. Er schenkt uns ein Grab in der Luft, er spielt mit den Schlangen und träumet. Der Tod ist ein Meister aus Deutschland. Dein goldenes Haar, Margarete, dein aschenes Haar, Sulamit.
So Sarah, I believe there are another few comments in the chat.
Yes, indeed. So we have Vicky and Yulia and Elena. So first of all, Vicky comes in with, I'm aware that many in our dance community carry emotional loads that we cannot begin to comprehend in relation to Ukraine, Gaza, Lebanon, Iran, and this roots us with them and gives us a tiny insight. And then Yulia says, thank you for bringing the reality of war in Ukraine into the language of dance and film. There is something profoundly honest and intimate in the way this story is told. And then Elena is joining us from Ukraine. So hello.
Hello, Elena. Oh, so Elena didn't have a question.
No, she's just saying hello, sorry.
I beg your pardon. Well,
sorry.
Elena, we're delighted to have you. Thank you, Elena. And yes, Is there anything, Linda? How do you respond to either or of
Yeah,
those
because we were
two
sort of
films?
discussing that actually. Just I think actually that that last comment there just said out loud, because we heard it in the chat first and it's just been repeated. Those and the cello is still actually resonating with me right now. Actually, I just feel I feel a profound sadness around both of those pieces. And again, I guess it is about sort of that's not my lived experience, but it could be. It could be any of our lived experiences, really. Yeah, I think that's kind of really sort of what I'm feeling. But if I were, the thing that I want to sort of note was the first piece, in the middle piece, that simple motif, that simple walking motif of carving yourself through through a pathway, the way you would sort of walking down the street, to have that sort of followed through, and all the public, it's kind of voyeuristic, nearly the filming was nearly voyeuristic, with sort of the public being sort of part of it but not part of it. I found that really intriguing.
Yeah, I just felt obviously that both pieces were quite authentic. It was nothing fake about it. It was nothing too much about it, and you can feel the soreness and the pain that people experience through the movement. And that tango, the music says it all. You don't really need, again, big speeches. You can really recreate and push that through your movement, and it can resonate with so many people. And it's just so sad to see history repeating itself over and over again, as you can see through that video, through the speech, and then the present. And again, about the first video, the girl is going through and doing same movement through the two completely different cultures, and yet it's the same girl. She hasn't changed. So would the culture really be something that changes us a lot? Again, referring to the blue bird, the cultural signifiers, they changing us, and is there something left? Now I'm coming back to opposite side of it. She is still authentic, her, going through completely different cultures and maintaining herself. I just think it's very authentic and beautiful and deep and
yes,
wonderful.
Absolutely. Sarah, what have we got?
I've popped back in. Yulia says, thank you for the courage and sensitivity to touch on the reality of war in Ukraine. It's deeply moving to see this pain translated into such a powerful and human artistic way. This film stays with you.
Thank you so much. I really love that we have a conversation coming in through the chat. And I just want to say that I so appreciate when people are living through war experiences and are continuing to make art. I salute you for that, and thank you. I'm going to move on to our next section of films, which falls under the loose category of dance. We've had a very lively chat box tonight. It's been really great. We're having great comments coming in from Yulia and from Corsair and Melial, or I'm not sure if I have that name right. But thank you so much for these really beautiful, observant, and very poetic comments. And I would like to start looking at this section by just saying that we have two filmmakers, Foulé and Jude Walton, who are kind of well known to us here in the festival. They've been providing us with films throughout many years. I'm a great fan of both Foulé and Jude Walton. So I'll just maybe start off by saying that I thought Strange Age by Foulé had a lot of his kind of characteristics. There's often a quirkiness in there, and a lot of his pieces that he has done in other films have been on some kind of site, very often in some other part of the world, very often Asia, in fact. But he brings a great sequential aspect to his filmmaking. I find his work really compelling and beautiful and really highly produced. I don't mean highly produced, I mean done to an incredibly high standard, I feel. I love Jude Walton also. I find her work is really exquisite. So I just wanted to start by saying that, but I'll open it up to Elena and Linda to talk about any of those three films.
I think I'll start with the one that has my heart the most, which is Murmur. I mean, all three are beautiful and they each bring something different, but the Murmur, just the combination of the cinematography of the starlings against the beautiful movement of the dancer, and then you have Bach playing in the background, which is sort of the do and why starlings do what they do, but it's just something. It's just so beautiful and evocative to watch. And then when you pair that with Bach, which for me, I think I was saying in the chat, we're talking sort of behind the scenes here, is he's one of those composers that for me he lights up my soul from the inside, and I wanted to be a performer in that piece. I wanted to step inside the screen, and it was just lovely, really lovely.
Yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful indeed. And they were working with monochrome colors as well. And I feel it's always, you have to be very brave to work with one color choice. And it was so exceptionally done. And just like you said, Linda, the parallel between nature and human movement is incredible and brought so much harmony and gentleness. And it's just that sense that everything will be all right. That they brought on stage and in that video. Yeah, and then the bizarreness of the age, what we call that strange age piece. You can feel completely different motion there, and it represents a little bit of the confusion of nowadays, I suppose, when we are so emotionally charged all the time, and you can see the rage and you can see the confusion, like you see tenderness, and it's all in one conversation. So it represents actually modern day person quite really well. So cleverly done.
And then these fractured legs in the third piece, you know, this sort of checkerboard floor, and then sort of the fracturing of the body parts, but still the body parts being sort of moved about like pieces on a chessboard, and that kind of sort of, you know, I know it's called hallways, but I'm kind of going hallway of mirrors, and it's sort of psychedelic without the psychedelic colors, and again that black and white thing coming in again. But I don't know if you've ever seen those black and white things where you spin and then suddenly you can see the colors. It was just really quirky is a good word for it, but also just innovative.
Yeah, and I really like that the filmmaker restricted themselves somewhat to this, you know, black and white palette and just the legs. And in comparison to some of the other films, which are so wide ranging, you know, this is one of the things I find so interesting about films, dance films, is that they can be literally anything. And it's always so interesting to see what people will create with. Let us move on to our final section for today's screenings. And I just want to say to the audience that we so appreciate having you here and being so lively in the chat. Please keep the conversations coming. If you would like to tell us where you're dialing in from, it would be lovely. But also I want to say we may run over by about 10 minutes because this has been a very engrossed and very deeply kind of connected conversation, I feel, during this session. So let us move on now to our part 2 of our dance films.
dizzy dance. 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 ECDA 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 dance. MCTC 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 dance.
Freestyle! Woo!
MCTC dance. MCTC dance.
So before we get into the conversation, Sarah, you have some comments that came in on the chat.
Yes, absolutely. So Martha was just inquiring about our screens on Sunday and if it's going to be a repeat of today, and it's not. We have a full new lineup for Sunday, and if you pop over to our website, there is a little button on there on the homepage that has the official digital program on there, and in there it has like the full run order of all the events that we have as well, so you can pop in there and have a look at that. And then Vicky was just sharing all the yellow heart love because of all the excitement there. She said all the stuff I can't do anymore, but love watching the energy and joy and the fearlessness of others. And then Judith, all the way over in Australia, says yes, this multi-generational joy in yellow is fabulous, and the edit is terrific, and it made her morning bright. So it's morning over there.
So big hi to Judith. Great to know you're with us, Jude, and keep up the amazing work. And yeah, it's so good to know that you're on with us from Australia. I just want to say for people who might want to see these films again, they will be going up on our YouTube channel very soon after we finish today, and also on Sunday. And yes, we will have a different program on Sunday. So before we move over into discussing these pieces, I want to give a little bit of context to the whole category of dance. As in today, as I mentioned, we have quite a strong intake of dance, screen dance films that seem to come into the category of dance. But there is also the space for filmed pieces of stage work, which you saw two there tonight, or today, I should say, Kiss My Wounds and Tread Lightly. So we have a category which we call choreography, and it is really essentially people who just want to send in a film of their choreography. So within the realm of screen dance, it is in a sense its own category. It doesn't quite have the same conditions or the same commentary necessarily towards the dance pieces on stage. But I just wanted to give that as context, and just to say that I think they're both, for me, both of those pieces are very beautiful and very interesting. I'd love to see them live, actually. I Kiss My Wounds. I was very taken by the choreographer's use of rhythm and timing in the choreography, and something about certain specific articulations, a bit like Dance at a Bus Stop, where and Linda Higgins mentioned also in relation to that there's something about the syllables and the sounds and the rhythm that absolutely is echoed in the movement of Kiss My Wounds. So I really noticed that and loved it. And Tread Lightly, the beautiful evocation of the pebbles rolling through the water and the sand on the beach, and the choreography and the lighting, and the kind of the swell of bodies moving across the stage from Lisa Teig. Really enjoyed both of those. So I'll just open it up then to Elena and Linda to bring us to our final two pieces.
Yeah, and as we're sort of trying to work out how we're going to sort of speak about these things, and as you're talking about those two pieces, Adrienne, do you know what the thought that came to me was? That, because it is interesting, because they are proscenium pieces that you're actually sort of looking at. What I actually thought was quite just kind of really hit me right there is that it's important to see those as well, even in this, because actually that's how you know to get back into a theater, because that's you're seeing those dancers doing beautiful movement on stage, and yet to actually see them in person, so you actually get that connection going on. And yeah, I just wanted to that just sort of came up for me there. The other two pieces, again, with everything tonight, so different, so varied, so evocative. The focused in motion piece, like Judith in Australia said, absolute pure joy. The cinematography of it was so broad, and it's an epic piece. I mean, just to choreograph that, I'd love to see the storyboarding on it, actually, because it's a real celebration of community. And I had a real sort of flash about the lab and choirs, and that sort of bringing together of a diverse group of people through movement, and what it must have felt to have been there, taking those beautifully crafted choreographic phrases where you've got sort of professional dancers in amongst sort of anywhere from the age of 4 through to 94, and probably in other directions as well, and to see them perform those movements with such joy and abandon, and to feel that connection as they're moving, it came through the screen. It was fabulous, really fabulous.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the inclusivity of the last two pieces are really striking, and it just shows you that dance is for everybody, no matter the ability, no matter the professionalism. It brings you joy and hope and happiness, and it's just so beautiful to see. So well done. And with the slow motion that we get from in and out of the body, I have this sense of trust. The actual slow motioners of that highlighted the sense of trust. Will you catch me if I fall? It's just so well done, so beautiful. Yeah, thank you, everybody who so much work.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Linda and Elena. It's been really lovely to have you here this time around, and I hope that you'll come back to us again. I know you'll be with us on Sunday, but I just want to finish off. We're going to sign out and say a very big thank you to everybody. I want to thank Curtis Rodney in particular. He's over there in London. He's flying the plane, and we're all passengers on board. And thank you so much, Curtis, for your amazing work and making it all look so beautiful as well. And I also am very conscious that we are, the Arts in Times of Crisis team is very strong here on this session. And I deeply appreciate the people who have spoken and put in something into the chat from parts of the world that perhaps are having a very different experience than we are having. And that we stand in complete solidarity with you, and we send our love to all of you. And moreover, we celebrate and uplift through the arts for the whole world, because there is a greater purpose to what we're doing, I believe. So many thanks to Sarah for manning the chat, and we will see you again on Sunday. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.